Hi, it's Tap Hornor. Thanks for tuning in today to the For Your Success podcast, an inspirational program about overcoming the I'm too small mindset, redefining success, and growing your lifestyle business legacy without fear. And now, here's your host, my beautiful wife and Christian business mentor, Katie Hornor.
Hey, my friends, it's Katie Hornor. Welcome back to Handprint Legacy and our 12 Days of Coffee Cup series. Today is day number 8, and I'm super grateful that you could tune in and catch this episode. We're talking about the lessons that I'm learning from my coffee cups and the things that the Lord just brings to me that have to do with business from everyday things in my life. Almost every one of my coffee cups ends up having some sort of a lesson and reminder to me, and sometimes that's the reason I buy them, and sometimes the lesson comes to me after. But today's coffee cup says, actually, I can. And this is one that I found here in a local shop, and I loved it, first of all, because of the tile look. If you're watching this on video, you can see here that the coffee cup has got sort of a blue Mexican tile look, and then that sticker that says, actually, I can. And the business lesson there is thinking back through our life, through our business starting out, through all the things that the Lord has walked us through to get to where we are today. There was a lot of I can'ts in our life and in our business story. And if I'm guessing, if you would permit me to do that, I would guess that you've had a lot of I can'ts in your life too. And where we are today is a direct result of us saying, oh yes, I can. There was a lot of people who said we couldn't come to Mexico as missionaries with only 50% support, which is how we ended up here to begin with. And yet God provided a way. We said, yes, we can. If God wants us there, he can provide, and he did. There were people when ministries changed and the Lord started calling us to start a business to support ourselves. It said, you can't do that. And we said, yes, we can. If God is calling us to do this, we absolutely can. There was people in my life that told me I couldn't have an education major and a double minor, that it would never happen. It would take too long. It would be too much work, blah, 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 blah. And I said, but this is what God wants me to do. Yes, I can. And I graduated a semester late, but with an education major and a double minor in music and Spanish. And so I say this to say that there are things in your life that are telling you right now that you can't. And some of those are outside pressures. Some of those are people who love you and mean well, but don't understand God's calling on your life the way that you do. And there are some things in business that look impossible, and yet if God is calling you to do this, you absolutely can. Some people who said we would never learn Spanish, and yet we have. We've published books, we've spoken we've hosted conferences in Spanish, right? Some people who said we could never start a business in a second language, and we have. Some people who said we would never have a ministry, and yet now we have one that reaches around the world in 2 languages. What is the thing that the world is telling you you can't do, and yet you know in your heart that God is saying I can? This coffee cup reminds me that I can do whatever it is that God has put in my heart. And that's why he's the owner of my business and not me, because he ultimately knows all. We were talking about this at lunch with our kids today, the fact that God knows everything. He is all-knowing. He is our sovereign God. He knows. And so if he has put that dream in my heart, that desire in my heart, then who am I to let outside influences or people who have not heard his voice the way I do tell me that I can't? My life has been one I can after another. But the I can doesn't come without tension, because you're going up against that I can't choir. And so my challenge to you today, personally and as a business owner, is to look at your life and to ask the Lord what it is that he wants you to do this year. And then for you to choose to hear that voice and to take a step in that direction and say, I can. If God says I can, I can. And that's it. Because who do you have to please anyway? right? All the naysayers in your life, all those people who make fun of your business pursuits, all of those people who don't understand what you do in your business, they're not your people. Why does it matter, their opinion? If they're not your people, the opinion is not as important as the one who is calling you to this work to begin with. If God says I can, I can. And in 2021, you can too. God bless you guys. Happy New Year. We'll talk soon.
I want to honor you for taking time to invest in yourself and your business by listening in today. The Forest Success Podcast is brought to you by Katie Hornor of handprintlegacy.com. Wherever you're listening, please leave us a comment or review. For show notes and links to the resources mentioned in today's episode, visit www.warriorsuccesspodcast.com. And remember, your message matters.